Here's an AMI This Week shortcut with Beth Deer.
Did you know that time travel is possible? It's true. The Stony Plain and Parkland Pioneer Museum transports us back to the early years of the 20th century. My guide dog Patronus and I visited the museum to experience what life was like back then. The museum has been kind to grant us special access to touch the exhibits for a tactile experience. But we'll need to be careful to not move anything too much. That could alter the future. Hi, I'm Beth. I hear you're the local historian.
Hello, Beth. I'm Ron Cairns. We're at the Stony Plain Pioneer Museum on Legacy Street.
What is Legacy Street?
It is a collection of several businesses that were in Stony Plain in the 1930s.
That sounds really cool. We should definitely go check them out. To travel back in time, Ron decided we needed some fuel. So Ron, where are we?
We're in front of a 1930s gas station.
Interesting. And what's on your left?
This is a visible gas pump. It is about 10 feet tall, and it has a 3-foot section of clear glass on it.
Why is the gas tank clear?
So the customers could see both the quality of the gas and be able to tell that the fuel is actually going into their car.
So how much was the price of gas and oil back then?
Gasoline was about 17 cents a gallon.
So nice and cheap back then.
Well, yeah, but people worked $3 an hour, so gasoline was quite expensive.
So was gas and dash a thing back then? Like, did people steal fuel?
Yes, people sold fuel all the time. So people would come to the gas station after hours and pump fuel by this handle. That would pump raise fuel into this glass cylinder. Then you could grab the nozzle, and then fuel drains by gravity into the car. This is all brass with a rubber hose on it with the steel nozzle.
It's squeaky.
That's because someone drained the gas out of it.
If you weren't fortunate enough to have a car in the 1930s, you'd need a good pair of shoes. So Bud's Shoes and Repair would be your stop along Legacy Street.
Bud was a shoemaker in Stony Plain, starting in 1926 right up until the 1980s.
So how did they make shoes in the 30s?
Mostly by hand because machines were expensive. They were about $2 for the cheap ones, about $3 for a good lady's shoe, and about $10 for a men's boot. This is a typical boot for a high-heeled lady. It's a fashion boot, and it would sell for around $3.
Yeah, this is so interesting. I love the buttons. They're like little balls with like little slits in the leather, and I just love how smooth the leather is. They really don't make shoes like this anymore, and I feel like women must have been so much smaller because these are like so delicate. With a good pair of shoes on, you can walk over for a checkup on your pearly whites.
This is a dentist's office as it would look in 1930s. It's very similar to a current dentist's office, except for the equipment.
I don't like the dentist now, so I definitely would not have liked the dentist back then.
For sure you would not have liked the dentist. It was a very painful experience.
Still is.
Back then they used to use tools, really coarse tools like pliers and hammers to pull your teeth or to knock them loose.
Ugh, that is. Ugh. The 30s were hard times. Like, how did people even afford to go to the dentist?
A lot of them didn't. They had to pull their own teeth rather than go to the dentist. But the dentist would barter goods and services for his services.
How did people brush their teeth back then?
Up until after the Second World War, most people did not brush their teeth. If they did, they would use a boar's hair toothbrush.
I can't believe people didn't brush their teeth. I love brushing my teeth. Even Patronus, my guide dog, brushes his teeth and he loves it. My worst fear is coming true. Ron still had me sit down in the dental chair.
These are some of the tools that were used by dentists. This is a period hammer that was used to loosen your teeth.
Wow, it's pretty heavy for a small metal tool. Ron, what are you doing?
Reaching for the drill, because this is the fun part. Now let's have a look at that tooth.
I didn't sign up for this and I have a hammer. Legacy Street has been fun, but I think my teeth, Patronus, and I need to head back to the 21st century.